This is the 2016 piece Shake It Off by Iris Scott. I was immediately drawn to her work for the colors and originality and how you can just feel the movement and joy of the dog. There's an inherent youthfulness to her work, and that makes sense because a lot of these are finger paintings. I'll tell you about her and show you more of her work today. Follow me for a daily microdose of art in your algorithm. Iris Scott was born in 1984 in Maple Valley, Washington. She was raised by hippie parents on a small farm. They named her after the Greek goddess of the rainbow. She said she grew up with minimal screens or toys, but was surrounded by pets. She grew up drawing, painting, and constantly practicing art. She eventually received a bachelor's in fine art from Washington State University. In 2010, while living in Taiwan, she was finishing up an oil painting, but her brushes were dirty. And instead of cleaning them, she did what I've done, and I'm sure a lot of artists have done. She used her fingers for a quick finishing touch. But she felt a deep connection and realized she could sculpt with paint like clay, and that changed everything. After that moment, for the next decade, she committed to exclusively finger painting. In 2014, she moved to Brooklyn, New York, and continued her finger painting in a renovated factory loft. But in 2019, she decided it was time to reconnect with her roots, and her husband moved to a secluded, off-grid place in New Mexico. She wanted to get out of the city, and now she paints surrounded by wide-open landscapes and nature and the same things that inspired her as a kid. Her canvases explode with colors and thick textured oils of animals and dreamlike worlds. Some paintings are so layered they take weeks to dry. She uses gloves when she paints so that she can change colors fast, and also they protect her skin. But her tools continue to grow. Recently, while cleaning dust off of a finger painting with an air compressor, she accidentally pierced the wet paint, which made an interesting effect that's led her to manipulating paint with air as a tool. Her work's been featured in Smithsonian magazine, Forbes, and more. She has sold hundreds of paintings worldwide, and not just to private collectors, but also to major companies like Microsoft and Coca-Cola who hang her paintings in their office. She's also headlined shows in New York, which proves that finger painting can hold its own in the world of fine art. She also offers workshops and even made her own book called Finger Painting Weekend Workshop, a beginner's guide to creating brush-free works of art. I think Iris Scott is such an inspiration because she shows us that you don't need fancy tools to create something amazing. Sometimes all it takes is your own two hands.